Alright, what's going on? Zuko's back with the birds. I'm here with another Shadowlands video. We're doing another um Legion Mythic Plus Time Walking video. I'm testing the final DPS build for Enhancement Shaman. We're looking at the Witch Bones. Witch Doctor Wolf Bones, okay? So we've done Lava Lash Fire build, Primal Lava Actuators. We've done like a Storm Strike build with the Legacy of the Frost Witch. We've done the Doom Winds build, which is all about Wind Fury damage. We're going to do the Witch Doctor Wolfbones build, which is all about your wolves, right? It's all about your elemental spirits. And I want to switch really quickly over to this. Let's look at this really quick. And let me change this. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's look at this really quick before they summon me. Here is the buffs that you get from the wolves, because some people don't understand how this works. Okay, so let me explain this to you really quick here. Here's the buffs that you're gonna get from the wolves. If you get the fire wolf, it increases your fire damage by 20%, and it causes your lava lash to burn for an additional 35% of the damage dealt. You don't have to have any flame shocks on them. It's just straight damage if you get a molten guy from your fire. Your fire damage goes up and you do a burn. If you get an ice one, causes all of your attacks to do an extra 30% frost damage. If you get the lightning one, it increases the damage of Storm Strike and Wind Fury by 35%, which is like a lot. Just Storm Strike and Wind Fury go up by 35%. Okay? So I was gonna take Elemental Blast, but I'm gonna go into Forceful Winds, and we're gonna hopefully lean into these dogs. So I've got Hot Hand for the fire dogs. I've got Forceful Winds for the crackling lightning dog, because again, Wind Fury attack. And if we get a Forceful Winds, if we get a Wind Fury proc, then we're gonna get Forceful Winds. It's just gonna like we're putting multipliers on top of each other, right? And the Icy Edge one just causes us to do more frost damage. So here's how I think you should set up your character. Let me switch back to the game. I'll show you the talents really quick here while we get into the dungeon. I'm gonna start flying. Oh, it's that one. Okay. So here's my setup. We're going Forceful Winds. Again, because of Crackling Surge. That makes Storm Strike and Wind Fury do 35% more damage. We're going to go Hot Hands because of the Molten Weapon. It increases 20% more fire damage, and our Lava Lash will cause the target to burn. And it's just like the Mastery for Fire Mage. You can continuously stack it. It's like this dot that you keeps getting stronger the more you stack it. So if we get a Hot Hand proc, and we're just Lava Lash, Lava Lash, Lava Lash, it's going to build up that dot. Okay? That's what we're doing. We're going Sundering. What else do you have to take with this build? You must obviously take Elemental Spirits. That is a absolute 100% must take. So we have Elemental Spirits down here on the bottom. You're not taking Ascendance. So our Wolves are a 1.5-minute cooldown. Every time we generate a Maelstrom weapon stack, the cooldown of our Feral Spirits goes down by 2 seconds. And you're going to see this, especially in AoE. This procs a lot, and it's very strong. The only weakness of this build might be that it doesn't have like huge AoE potential. Like Doom Winds has like disgusting AoE potential, right? Every time you press Crash Lightning with Doom Winds, it like triggers 500 Wind Furies and you do a lot of extra damage. But on single target, this is thought to be an incredibly strong build. I think it'll be fine in AoE as well. So just don't listen to people. Sometimes this is kind of silly what they say, but as terms of the way that the dogs are summoned, some people were asking me about this in the comments. The dogs are random. Every time I press Feral Spirits, I have a chance to get 2 random dogs. I could get 2 Lightning Dogs, 2 Frost Dogs, or 2 Fire Dogs. Or I could get a Fire and Lightning. I could get a Fire and Frost, a Frost and Lightning, a Lightning and Fire. You can get any combination that exists there, right? So you do not get to control which dogs come out. So that's why I was changing my talent setup to make sure that I was accounting for all the different dogs that I might get. If I get the lightning dog, I have Storm Strike and Wind Fury ready to go to do that damage. If I get a fire dog that comes out, I have the hot hands ready to go. If I get the ice dogs, you just do 30% more damage as ice. So we're ready to go. This is how I think you should set up to be ready to do the maximum amount of damage that you possibly can, okay? Does that make sense? That's kind of what we're going for. And we're going to see. I want you to watch my Feral Spirits cooldown in the bottom here, in the bottom middle. That is, it's going to be coming back like so fast. So we're going to summon them. First thing you need to do in this build is summon your dogs. What do we get? We got a Hot Hand proc. That's good. So make sure we press hot hand. I don't even know if we have a fire dog. We do not. We have an ice dog and a storm strike dog. So it's our Wind Fury that's going to do a lot of damage right now, and it's our Storm Strike that's going to do more damage as well. It doesn't mean we don't want to press our hot hand. We've got our hot hand buff on Lava Lash, so we want to press that. This is rough. Look at our dogs. They're back already. I should have pressed them. Frig. I probably messed it up already. Our dogs are already back, guys. They're a 1.5 cooldown, and they're already back. This is how fast this goes. It's insane. Anytime you generate Maelstrom weapon stacks. Look, they're already back to 52 seconds. I just summoned them. I got a fire dog. Oh, they're gone. It's okay. We'll get them back. Okay, they're almost back. They're almost back. They're almost back. Here we go. Crash Lightning. And they're back. Dogs are out again. Summon them as soon as they come back. I don't care what the health of the mobs are. You should really summon them as soon as they come back. Every time. Right now we have 2 lightning dogs. So our Storm Strike and Wind Fury damage was buffed by 70% right there. That's what that means, if you get 2 lightning dogs. Yes, they do stack. Our dogs are almost back again. They're back. Let's press them. We got a fire dog. And a lightning dog? I can't tell. Yeah, our dogs are 30 seconds away. We're going to get ready to summon them. They're 15 seconds away now. They are back right now. We're summoning them. Get the dogs up. We do keep summoning them kind of near the end of the pack's life, but that's okay. We just want to keep pressing them. We'll have them up for the boss. You're going to have them up. You should never hold your dogs with this build because they'll be back. They always come back. We're summoning them. Got them out. I got a fire dog, and I have a hot hand proc. This is what the synergy we were talking about. This group's pretty strong. Yeah, I know how to hero, dude. Oh. Where's my mana go? What the heck? Why do I have no mana? What's happening? What is happening? I have no mana. I'm so confused right now. Dogs are coming back in a second. They're back. We're going to summon them. We got a hot hand proc. But we have 2 lightning dogs. So it's our Wind Fury and our Storm Strike damage is going to be crazy right now. Again, you don't have to check which dogs you have. Just press your buttons. This is why I set up the talents this way, right? So I tried to set it up in a way that just maximizes. You just press your buttons like you normally would, and you're going to do extra damage. That's the point. Our dogs are back off cooldown right now. There we go. Yeah, they heal in the flowers. You got to get them away from the flowers. So right now we have 2 Storm Strike dogs / Wind Fury dogs. So we're getting a lot of Wind Fury and Storm Strike damage, which is awesome. Oh, we're going to skip this. Okay. We have 500 Demon Hunters that can just run past all this. Summon the dogs. I should have had them out already. I'm really bad at casting them, I know. You get better at that the more you play this build. It's just weird to have them up so often, right? It's really weird. We got the dogs back already, by the way. We're going to cast them again. They're healing in the flowers. It's okay. That's Sanguine. Dogs are almost back again. Crash Lightning's a really important button in AoE because it gets your dogs back like really quickly because it triggers It triggers so much. Oh, I can't press anything. Oh, I'm gonna die. I'm not gonna press that right now. Okay, that was a really rough pack. It's really hard to like navigate that. We got our dogs back. We'll have them back once we start fighting this pack. Again, we're gonna summon our dogs on this pack, and we're gonna summon them on the boss. That's how much they come back. It's absolutely bonkers how much they come back. Here they go. They're almost back. Look, they're back. They're like 15 seconds away. Our first couple storm strikes will get them back right away on this boss. And they're back. There we go. Press and go. What did we get? We got a fire dog. Okay, they're almost back. Keep going. See, our AoE damage is not as high as the other guys, but our single target's good. This is where this build it probably shines a little bit more than the other ones. More dogs, get them back out there. Again, we cast them. I know the guy up just about, he died right away, but we've got them out right now. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Going the wrong way. It's my bad. We have two frost dogs out right now, you can see them. That was dumb of me. You gotta get away from those dropping things. The big red blood things that are dropping from the sky, you gotta get rid of those dogs. I should have summoned them earlier. I'm so bad right now. Lots of sanguine. Our AoE's not like terrible. It's just not the best. He's gonna skip this guy. Okay. It's probably smart actually. Dogs, right away. Get her going. We have we don't have a fire dog. We have an ice and a lightning dog. So we're gonna prioritize those buttons a little bit, but not really, guys. Just press your buttons like you normally would. Don't be silly about it. Just press your buttons, man. That was a 7k single target. That's good. That's not bad at all. This guy popped his Ravenous. He's Venthyr, I'm pretty sure, and he just popped his Ravenous thing there, which is fine. Aw, the poor Paladin put his he put his zone down, his big like AoE button. It's awesome. I can't move because I'm not being dispelled. We're gonna summon our dogs on this pack. And we're gonna go. We got a fire dog. We don't have a hot hand proc, but that's okay. We'll get some fire damage out. It's all good. Again, I'm just checking to see what dogs I have. You do not need to check, okay? You really don't. We're gonna save our dogs on this pack. They're coming back, but I don't think we'll get them back. Actually, let's just do them. You know what? Screw it. I said we should do it. We're gonna try. We're gonna try and get them back before the boss fight. on this last pack. I'm trying to show you the power of this, right? This is how quickly you can get them back. So these guys are doing too much damage. That's fine. We'll get them back. I know it says 30 seconds. It's more like 5 seconds. That's what it is. So we're going to do this. Watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They're back. 6 seconds. 6 seconds, they were back. We had a 30-second timer there. That's what I'm trying to say. You gotta see how that works. And we're going to get them back in this fight. Maybe twice. We'll see. That would be nice. These guys are doing way too much damage, but that's fine. Dogs are almost back. We got him back right now. We got a fire dog. No hot hand proc, but that's okay. Again, you just do your normal rotation. You're going to get extra damage. So, we did 7.2 overall. That's not bad at all. Waist guards. What do we get for gear? No, no trinket. That's okay. Okay, let's port and let's look at this for a second. I want to look at the breakdown. Oh, hey, Artsakam, how you doing? Sorry, I didn't see that. I was just focused on the dungeon. That's cool, yeah. I'm not doing the Twitch stuff as much as the YouTube stuff right now, but I appreciate the offer. Let's just look at this really quick. Jump out of this. We did 7.2 overall. Look at the Druid only did 7.5. This DH did 10k overall. That's good. Maybe he's got more gear than me, and he did really well, right? So that's good. Good for him. He's got the liquefying ooze. This is one of the trinkets I need to pick up. But anyway, the point is, I'm happy with 7.2 overall. In terms of the other builds that we were doing on Enhancement Shaman, 7.2 overall is fine. That's actually fine. I think we've only really gotten up to like 7.5 or 8k overall, maybe? I forget what the Doomwinds one was. This might be just as good as the Doomwinds one. Let's look at auras for a second. We're going to look at Feral Spirit uptime. Over the course of the entire dungeon, which was it was less than 10 minutes long. So that's not a typical dungeon. We were flying through that dungeon. I'll talk about that in a second. But over the course of the entire dungeon, we had our spirits up for 50% of the dungeon. 49% here. Half of the entire dungeon, our dogs were up. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Let's look at the damage breakdown. What did the dogs bring? Well, here's their overall damage just from summoning them. They did 7.7, almost 8% of my entire damage. Just their melee attacks. That's not factoring in all the bonuses that they're giving me for being alive. Let's look at some of the bonuses. The Molten Weapon didn't actually factor in that much. That's okay. The Icy Edge did about 2.1%. That's okay. So that's about 3% with those two put together. The other buff is, of course, going to be to our Storm Strike and Wind Fury attacks, so we can't really factor that in. But let's just factor these two in. That's another, what did we say? Sorry, 0.8. That's 3% plus their 7%, almost 8%. So they did like 10% of my damage because I had this talent chosen, and they actually did more, but we can't see that in the Storm Strike and the Wind Fury stuff, right? But that's a cool thing to think about, right? I took Elemental Spirits and it did about 10% of my damage. Let's look at the last dungeon that I did before that. Oh, I was healing it. Shoot. And then I went and did Torghast. That's too bad. I can't actually see before that. Oh, well. That's okay. That's okay. I wanted to show... If you look at my other videos... I'll have to find this later, but in my other videos, you can see what the breakdown of like my Ascendance would be, right? Ascendance plus Wind Strike, that's the value that you're getting out of that talent. But the value you're getting out of the Elemental Spirits talent here is no joke. This is really good. This is 10% of my damage, actually more than 10%. 10% plus of my damage is coming because I chose this talent and because I can reduce the cooldown of these dogs with this legendary. So you can use the Witch Doctor Bones legendary right now. You can use it right now and it works really well. In 9.2, of course, this is getting massively buffed, right? Um, the tier set that's coming for Enhancement Shaman is that spending Maelstrom weapon has a 3% chance to summon a wolf, And then your Feral Spirits attacks have a chance to give you Stormbringer, which resets Storm Strike. Like in 9.2, we're going to have the ability to have wolves up all the time with this Witch Doctor legendary here. So it's a good build now. It's only going to get better in 9.2. It's going to get really good in 9.2. And I think the single target implications of this, are very good, because even on single target, the largest thing that reduces, like the biggest thing that you can do that reduces the cooldown of your wolves is press Storm Strike, because we have Elemental Assault. Storm Strike damage is increased, and it now generates 1 stack of Maelstrom Weapon, which is really, really good. You probably should take Storm Flurry with this as well. I think I was just messing around with Hot Hand. I would say from this test, Hot Hand is not that good. You should take Storm Strike, because you'll have a higher chance to generate Maelstrom Weapon stacks, which are going to reduce the cooldown of your dogs even further. So probably a mistake there, taking Hot Hand. I just wanted to see if we could ever get like the overlap in terms of the Hot Hand buff plus the Fire Dogs, but it's not worth it. As you saw, the Molten Weapon damage was not that high. So you should probably just go Storm Flurry. And that will give you more Storm Strike attacks. I think you could go Elemental Blast or go Forceful Winds. I think either one is fine. Elemental Blast is probably just fine. It's good to take this as well, but this is a completely viable build right now, guys. And the damage overall, I'm very happy with this. I didn't even play it very well. I probably didn't summon the dogs more. Like, I probably should have summoned them more, right? I think I had them off cooldown a couple times there. I'll have to go check the tape, but this build works now, and it's going to work even better in 9.2, like so much better in 9.2. So I'm really excited about this. This is awesome. I'm really glad that it works, and you guys should definitely jump in and check this out. The only other thing I would say is the soulbinds don't matter. I had a fire one because I was going with the hot hand buff on Lavalash, so I was prioritizing that more. But really, you should probably just pick this Maelstrom weapon one, or get Unruly Winds. Either one of those is fine. And the other thing that you should probably do is not go Kyrium. Let me just say real quick. If you go Night Fae, you can get Fey Transfusion, and Fey Transfusion gives you stacks of Maelstrom weapon. Let me show you in town here. I'll show you in like 2 seconds. I think the optimal way to play this build, if you want to min-max it, change out the conduit from Lavalash and change it to like the Maelstrom weapon conduit. On top of that, take this Storm Flurry talent instead of Hot Hand. And then finally, oh, I just messed up my thing. Finally, go Night Fae. There's 2 reasons to go Night Fae. Number 1, the ability generates stacks of Maelstrom weapon for you, right? It says whenever you gain a stack of Maelstrom weapon, the cooldown of Feral Spirits goes down by 2 seconds. So the Night Fae ability gives you 6 seconds for free. So you can cast your wolves and then channel your Night Fae ability right away, and it will give you the cooldown reduction that you're looking for. That's reason number 1. Reason number 2 is because of Naya. Look at this. Grove Invigoration. Whenever you Fey Transfusion gives you 16 stacks of redirected anima, which increases your mastery by 25. That's 400 mastery that you're going to get from Naya. Mastery, of course, increases your chance to trigger Stormbringer, which gets you your Storm Strike back, which means when you press Storm Strike, you're reducing the cooldown of your dogs. It all works together to reduce the cooldown of your dogs, and Mastery increases all the damage that you're dealing at all. So the frost damage bonus that you're getting from the Icy Dog will be buffed by your Mastery, which is buffed by this Night Fae ability. So, like, absolutely, I should have been playing it this way, and I can do even more damage probably than 7k overall. We can probably go way higher with that, with this build. But this is how you should play it. You should go Night Fae, take Naya, you'll have the Grove Invigoration buff. Don't go Magma Fist, go Focus Lightning instead, right? Put that in there. Take Storm Flurry, obviously. Take Elemental Assault, get your Elemental Spirits, and you're laughing. That's all you really need to do. Then you just play your rotation normally. You could also take Elemental Blast. It's up to you. Blast is fine, particularly if you're getting the Mastery bonus. This is probably how you want to play it. And I'm gonna go test this right now. I'm gonna go do another run, but I'm gonna end this video in a second. But that's the Spirit Wolves build right now. It's gonna work even better in 9.2. Go try it, guys. Make this legendary and have fun with it. It doesn't always look like it's doing much because the wolves are kind of doing their thing in the background. It's all passive damage. It's not like Doom wins where you drop a totem and you press Crash Lightning and you do 20k and you're like, I can feel this. I feel what's happening. This is sort of a lot more passive, and sometimes it's hard to feel like those are powerful legendaries when it's all passive. But trust me, this does damage. And go try this out. Go Night Fae. Get the Fae Transfusion buff. I just want to read this really quick. This is it. Fully channeling Fae Transfusion gives you 3 stacks of Maelstrom weapon, right? So that's 6 seconds off your dog. So go try this, guys, in a dungeon. I think it's going to be strong in a raid. I think the single target of this is very, very good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.